Do you hear that? Do you hear? Do you hear that? It's really quiet today. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that YouTube's quiet? Have you noticed that the stock market's quiet? There's not a lot of news out there. Is this the beginning of a bull run? Or is this just the calm before the storm? Right? With inflation fears, with fears of new capital gains taxes, with a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there. Is this the beginning of the end or the beginning? So I want to talk about that today. We see a lot of stocks that are actually up 0 to 2%, but we have the indexes that are significantly up. We have a lot of companies that are up just that small amount, and not many that are actually down, right? We have a little bit. We have a little bit of red here. Uh, right at the beginning of the day, I talked about how it was really quiet today, like eerily quiet in the stock market. No huge earnings, no huge news, it seems like. Now, of course, this could change. But after yesterday, where we saw the market go up and go up and go up, and then all of a sudden around 1 p.m. Eastern time, we saw it drop because of that capital gains rumor. Now, I want to talk about that just for a second and give some updated opinions on that. But I want to talk about whether this is the beginning of a great time for stocks, what I'm doing, what we can expect. Now, before we get into that, I will say, in case you guys are interested, and there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and down in the market, in case you want to put some money on the sidelines, I just got an email from BlockFi saying that they're increasing their APY on their stablecoin. So stablecoin doesn't fluctuate in price. They're increasing it to 10%. So they're increasing it a couple percent for the next 3 months. Then after that, it'll be back at 8.6%, but still a huge amount. I actually put some money there myself. Moved a little bit of it to Bitcoin on the dip. But in case you guys are interested, there's that link down below. Also a link down there to Webull too in case you want some free stock, some free money going into the weekend. And it does support the channel a lot too. It helps out the channel and myself a lot. So thank you. So we have the markets up a little bit, but what's odd is we don't have a lot of stocks that are running significantly today, right? We have like a general trickle back into the market. Sure, we have ChargePoint up 8%. It's been beaten down a lot. We have STPK, which is finally running, up about 10%. ABML up 12%. This one's been running a lot recently, actually. I think it was down under $1. Tattoo Chef up 4%. But we don't really have a lot of stocks that are running significantly. We have a lot of stocks that are up 1 to 2%. Then we have a decent number of stocks that are down just like a percent or so. So what's going on? Well, I think we're starting to recover and getting just back up to that point that we were at yesterday before all the fear of a huge tax increase. Now, just for anyone that is wondering about that, first of all, I don't think it's likely to happen. So capital gains is a tax that is given when you hold a stock for a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it's taxed at ordinary income, at least here in the U.S. So a lot of people that earn $1 million plus hold a lot of money in the stock market. And people were worried that this new increase to capital gains, which is pretty much double, would send a lot of people out of the stock market. However, I think it was causing panic among people that don't make $1 million plus. The reason I say that is I think generally the people that make $1 million plus are generally decently smart, right? They've done something well to get themselves there. They're surrounded by people that are smart. They can pay for people that are smart around them. So I think a lot of them realize, what are they going to do if that actually comes into play, right? First of all, how likely is it? Second of all, let's say it actually happens. What are we going to do, right? You can take a taxable event now, but you're going to have to put it into something that is still an asset, right? I mean, we're talking about crypto, real estate, stocks. You're going to have to put it into something which is in the same place, or it has the same repercussions of the stock market now, right? Where there could be an increase in capital gains. And if you don't do that, you can hold on to it, but it's just going to be devalued. I mean, we're seeing assets go up so much. Are you going to hold on to all your money in cash? Probably not. Also, you're going to have a huge taxable event this year then, because you're taking a lot of money out at one time. So you could take out capital gains, but you're going to have to put it somewhere else. Otherwise, you can just keep it in there, not take it out for a few years, and then take it out down the line. And of course, like the people that are going to have to take out a a million. The people that are going to have to take out money out of stocks are probably retired, right? Or they're trying to move their assets around. So they might be, excuse me, they might be retired, but are they going to really need $1 million worth of stocks if they're retired? Probably not. And even if they do, they could probably lower that based on some different tax advantages. So you could just wait. And I don't think even if they increase capital gains, if they could get that passed, I think it'd be very difficult. But if they could get that passed, I don't think it'll be around that long, because that provides someone else with a really strong platform with a lot of support. A lot of big money would be behind them to lower it in the future. So even if that gets passed, first of all, I don't think that it will be around for very long. And even if it is around for a while, I don't think it is, I don't think people are going to want to take their money out, because they're going to have to put it somewhere, right? With still the probability of capital gains. And you could say, okay, I'm going to 1031 exchange my real estate so I don't have to pay taxes on it. But there's not a lot of real estate up for grabs right now. So that's where I'm sitting now. So I think we're starting to see a little bit less fear in the market. We're starting to see people calm down. I mean, sure, there's inflation fear still. There's still fear of supply chain issues, but everything seems to just be quiet today, a little bit more normal. People are getting ready for the weekend. Some people are putting money back in the market. We're starting to see a little bit of an uptrend. We saw an uptrend on Wednesday, and then we saw an uptrend yesterday. It fell down, and I think people are just seeing, well, that's probably not going to happen. Even if it does happen, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't affect a lot of retail investors, but again, we're the ones that are probably pulling money out, I think, most likely. Otherwise, I guess some bigger money could be doing that too, but I don't think that there's much fear right now. Sure, there's fear over the next couple months, maybe that the market has just fallen so much. Is it going to continue to fall and stuff like that? But there's not a lot of fear right now in the market, right? A lot of stocks are up 3-6%. A lot of these stocks are still down a lot. So it seems like they're up. Like they've been up throughout Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday, Friday, but they're still down 40% from highs. Like ChargePoint was a $40 stock, $45 stock. STPK, $50 stock, down still 50%, even though it's up 10% today. ZOM was significantly up from here. So a lot of these companies are still down significantly, offering great buying in opportunities if you're looking long term. So what am I going to be doing? Same thing as always. I'm going to be holding a little bit of money on the sidelines to buy dips. I don't think we're necessarily out of the woods here. Now, I'm not trying to spread fear or anything, but I think we're going to consistently see some stocks that dip, just like always. And I'm not going to be buying when stocks are up 10%. There's no news today. I think it's just carryover from yesterday. So I'll be continuing to look for more opportunities. I've been buying a lot of the dip over the last 2 months. So I am going to consistently add more. I think that's a good way of not stressing yourself out, right? You could put in, 10% of your portfolio. You could put in all your cash, but if it dips 10 or 20% tomorrow, that's a good way to make irrational decisions, I think, right? Whether you're trying to plow more money in it that you shouldn't because, maybe it's an emergency fund, or whether you are trying to sell and then buy back in, or whatever you're trying to do, it can lead you to some irrational decisions if you go too hard and too fast to put money in the stock market. Now, let me know what your thoughts are down below. What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end? Is this really great? Do you think it's going to turn around? What do you think about this in general? Let me know if you guys like this. Kind of a different setup, but it's a weird day. I wanted to record this. This is actually my second time trying to record it. I had some issues first, but thank you guys. Thank you for hitting the like button and checking out the link down below to BlockFi and Webull, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.